Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for the April Springtime Virtual Hiring Event. Today, we will be hearing from 12 presenters hiring for positions across multiple industries. Each employer will speak for approximately 5 minutes to give you some information about their company, and will highlight the job openings they currently have. After employer presentations have concluded, we will then be transitioning into small group discussions with the employers that we do have on the line. Small group discussions will be held as one continuous 45-minute session, and you will be able to move freely from room to room. Today's session is being recorded and will be made available on the Illinois workNet YouTube channel for you to refer to later. Now, I am pleased to introduce Ken with E&ES. Ken, are you available to present, sir?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Daniel. And good morning to everyone. Happy Tuesday here. Listen, today is a great day. We've got a excellent hiring event here in place for you. I want to thank all of the participants here, our sector centers, the TDL Sector Center, our National ABLE, which is our IT Sector Center, and then EQUIS, which is for the Healthcare Center. That TDL sector is the YWCA Metropolitan Chicago. I also want to thank all of our employers on staff on hand here today. Illinois Tollway, I lost my note, but Illinois Tollway will be starting up soon. But I want to thank all of our employers, our planners who assisted with this, our volunteers, and of course, our job seekers. Thank you all for participating. There are a number of opportunities available for you. As it said on the flyer, meet your future employer and the start of your new career. This springtime, so things are growing, so it's a great opportunity to move into an excellent career and get your feet under you and get started. Feel free for job seekers, feel free to visit multiple rooms. Again, the employers have many available opportunities for you, so take a moment to visit them. Take notes, find out what positions are available if you didn't have time to do that on the front end. Find out what's available, how you need to apply, and ask decent questions. Ask questions about how just to get started here. Please do us a favor and please be respectful of each other. Sometimes people get excited and want to ask 15, 20 questions at one time. Please give everyone a chance to ask their question. Try not to overrun or dominate the room, but with your questions, let someone else have a chance as well. I think that's it for me right now on behalf of the Chicago Cook Workforce Partnership and Employment and Employer Services. And again, everyone who's participated to put this event together, I thank you. And with that, I'm going to open it up to our first presenter. If you are ready, with the Illinois Tollway, that would be Jolie Ryle.
Hi, Kenneth. Thank you so much. Yes, I am ready and excited. Hello, good morning, everyone. So my name is Jolie Ryle with the Illinois Tollway, and I'm really excited to present this information for you. Next slide, please. So the Illinois Tollway has 12 counties in operation with 294 centerline miles. So you can see the map here shows you throughout the northeastern region of Illinois. And there are 5 toll roads, which you can see here, tri-state, and you can read through that. I'm not going to say them all, but I just want to give you a little overview of where the toll roads are. Next slide. So our priority for the tollway is roadway safety. And so here are a few accolades that the tollway is very proud of receiving, really making sure that the focus is on customer safety, employee safety, making sure that the roads are safe for everyone to utilize. Next slide. And of course, customer service. So the Illinois Tollway serves 1.6 million vehicles daily, and majority of there are 85% passenger vehicles, 15% commercial vehicles. And you can see here, there's customer service centers throughout the, so they receive a 1.9 million calls a year, if you could believe that. But there's customer service centers throughout the OASIS sites, as well as a partnership with UIC. for customer service centers there as well, and also within the headquarters of the tollway in Downers Grove. And you can see there's some great social media sites that put out a lot of information about status updates on the roads. And then, of course, the help trucks serve customers calling who need assistance on the roads. Next slide, please. So if you believe it, there's 16 different teams at the tollway. So personally, when I attend recruitment events, folks at first are like, well, you're still a toll booth, cash handling, but there's actually quite a diverse array of career opportunities available. So I look forward to connecting with you in the breakout rooms to talk with you more about these different teams and what each one does related to your skills. Next slide. And of course, with any state agency, transparency is of utmost importance related to a diverse workforce. So you'll see here wanted to include some numbers on our current workforce. And so we always strive to improve access to employment opportunities for all in the community. Next slide, please. Benefits. So being a state agency, there's great benefits. It's a HMO, PPO, Aetna plan, starts at date of hire. Tuition reimbursement, which I'm personally taking advantage of, is $5,250 per year. And then vacation days, everybody's looking for that. Benefits is a really important part of a package when you're looking at employers and making decisions on career changes. So the tollway offers it's kind of a staggered. So the more that you are with the agency, the more vacation days you get. So employees who are 0 to 5 years get 10 days off, and then 6 to 9, 15 days off, and it continues on from there. The great part for those vacations, you can't save it into that year 2, but you do have to use it by year 2. Sick leave, it starts at 12 days per year. And then, of course, that state employees retirement program. So many new state employees, if you enter into the tollway as your first state agency, that's going to be tier 2, retire at 67 after 10 years of service. But if you have had prior state employment service, there's an option. It's possible that you get credited for that. And so you might, meaning that you'll come in as tier 1 possibly, and that's going to be retire at 60 after 8 years of service. Next slide, please. Okay, great. So yeah, I'm really excited to share with you a lot of the opportunities available. Currently, the tollway has 15 positions, full-time roles. The summer internship program recruitment did just wrap up. We'll welcome probably about 12 or 14 college student interns this summer. Again, I'm happy to talk with you about the full-time career opportunities. Just a few I want to mention in the minute that I have here. There's an EEO, labor relations officer that we're looking for, the tollway's looking for. Now that one is a master's professional program, and but there's also auto mechanic, custodial roles, and those start between $24 an hour to $36 an hour with certain years of experience. There's a contract compliance, financial role starting at $70,000. So I'm happy to talk with you more about these opportunities, and thank you for your time. Look forward to meeting with you.
Fantastic. Thank you for that presentation, Jyoti. And of course, we will be having breakout rooms at the conclusion of our employer presentations, where you'll, of course, have an opportunity to meet with these folks and ask any questions that you do have. Thank you so much. Our next presenter today will be the Greater Chicago Food Depository, and I do believe we have Jolie on the line. Jolie, are you available to present?
I am. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining. My name is Jolie Chandler. I'm an HR business partner here at the Greater Chicago Food Depository, and I am excited to share about some of the career opportunities that we have available. Next slide, please. All right, so the Greater Chicago Food Depository is Cook County's local food bank. We basically function as a hub. We have a warehouse that's located on 41st and Pulaski, and we distribute food products throughout a network of 700 pantries, soup kitchens, and shelters throughout the Chicagoland area. We serve about 800,000 adults and children every year. A lot of the food banks that you might see throughout the city are all independently run, but they do rely on us for consistent food distribution to support their needs. So we distribute about 70 million pounds of food every year. And that comes out to about 160,000 meals every day. Next slide, please. So these are a couple of our available job openings just to give you all a quick snapshot. We're always consistently hiring operation workers as well as meal production assistants. We are currently hiring CDL B truck drivers and non-CDL Class C truck drivers. And if you would like to join our breakout room during that time, I'm happy to share rates of pay and other information associated with those roles. We do have some administrative positions, partner services coordinator. So this is someone that works directly with the community when folks call into the food depository, giving them resources and helping them out. And then we do have an IT position currently available, which is a CRM applications manager. So if you have an IT background and that sounds interesting to you, please do join our breakout room. And there is a quick link right here, but there is another one on the last slide if you don't have a chance to write it down. But our website is chicagosfoodbank.org/careers. Next slide, please. So we have a couple of qualifications for employment that I like to kind of put at the forefront to keep these things in mind. All of our positions are full-time, so you have to be willing to work 40 hours per week. The shifts do vary, and again, I'm happy to share that information in depth during the breakout room. We do require all employees to be fully vaccinated prior to employment, so you don't have to be vaccinated right now while you're interviewing, but you do need to be vaccinated in order to work here. You have to have reliable transportation. That can be a car, that can be public transportation, but keep in mind our location is on 41st and Pulaski. So depending on where you might live in the city, if you're taking public transportation, keep in mind your shift requirements, as that public transportation might not accommodate for that. We do require drug testing for all of our positions for our safety sensitive roles, operations, facilities, meal prep. We do currently test for THC, although it is legal. For our admin and IT roles, we do not currently test for THC because there is no safety concern with that. And for our operations-based roles, you do need to be physically fit. They are a physical role working in either the warehouse or on our meal production team. So you need to be able to lift 50 pounds or be able to stand on your feet for 6 to 8 hours. Next slide, please. So let's talk about the fun part. On top of your salary, we have really fantastic benefits here at the Food Depository. Standard medical, vision, and dental. We use the Blue Cross Blue Shield network, so really great providers in network for that. We have life insurance that is covered for you 2 times your annual salary by the company. Short-term and long-term disability, should you need to use that. We have parental leave as well as FMLA. We do have tuition reimbursement up to $3,000 per year. We have a employer-based contribution retirement plan. So we contribute 7% of your annual salary into that plan every year. We have a really awesome wellness benefit. It was created for a work-life balance, and that's $3,000 a year broken up into installments of $250 per month. And then we do have subsidized or free lunch on site Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for staff. So, of course, as the Food Depository, we want to make sure that our staff are well fed. So again, happy to share more information in the breakout rooms. Next slide, please. And here is my contact information. Again, the link to our website, if you'd like to browse some of our current job openings, is on the screen. You can always reach out to me directly. My email is jchandler@gcfd.org. And I did include my desk number on the screen as well if you want to reach out or you have any specific questions. But please join our breakout room. We have plenty of positions available for everyone. So happy to connect with you all afterwards. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that presentation, Jolie. And again, just want to reiterate for the folks that did hop on the session here, we will be having a breakout rooms portion of the event. So if you do have any questions for these folks, make sure you're either keeping a mental note of them or jotting them down. And of course, once we reach that portion of the event, you'll be able to ask those questions to those folks directly. Thank you so much for that presentation, Jolie. Our next presenter today will be in-home personal services. And I do believe that I have Adriana slated to present. But Adriana, if you do have anybody else that will be presenting as well, feel free to let me know.
Yeah, hi.
Yes, I have my coworker, you lady. She's going to be presenting the second part of our presentation. Hi, good morning, everyone. We are here with In-Home Personal Services, a non-medical home health company. Can we proceed to the next slide, please? Who is In-Home Personal Services? In-Home Personal Services is a non-medical senior care provider. We offer hourly and living caregiver services. This company was founded by a family to help families. Next slide, please. We have immediate hiring for caregiver positions. Our caregivers have opportunities to grow at In-Home Personal Services that are almost never available at any other company. If you go through our leadership staff, nearly all of them have been promoted from within. If you feel that you have what it takes, please apply today. We offer training, opportunities, flexible schedule, recognition, and sponsorship. Next slide, please. Our mission, we focus on quality care, we train and retrain if needed. Communication is key, so we do focus on communicating with our caregivers. Next slide, please. Our caregiver job description is assisting with clients with accommodating activities of daily living and meeting the challenges of aging with dignity, care, and compassion. Next. And you lady, get on from here.
Hi, my name is Jolie Benavides. Qualifications and experience. It is important to demonstrate a passion and desire to care for the elderly. Next slide, please. Requirements. Must complete at least 8 hours of training annually, must pass a criminal background check. We do a drug test and alcohol screening. We require a recent TB test, health exam, copy of certification, if applicable, employment in the United States. The wages we offer highly competitive. Next slide. One of our incentives is our referral bonus program, where current and new employees can be rewarded bonuses quarterly and annually. Next slide, please. Another one of our many benefits we add in 2022 that impacts our team members and their families is our sponsorship program. Next slide, please. If you have any other questions, feel free to call us today. Right in the screen, we do have our following contact number and our website. Thank you.
Thanks to the folks at In-Home Personal Services for that presentation. And again, I do see we had a few new folks join us. We will be holding breakout rooms. So if you have any questions for any of our presenters today, please feel free to reserve your questions to that time, and you will have an opportunity, obviously, to get those answered. Thank you so much. Our next presenter today will actually be the National Able IT Sector Center. I do believe we have Gabe queued up to present. Gabe, are you ready, sir?
Yes, good morning, everyone. So unlike the wonderful employer presentations that we're hearing from right now, I am one of the sectors here that I'll be presenting for you today. This one in particular is the Information Technology Center, powered by National Able Network, which is my employer. So we'll go into a little bit of specifics about what the sector is. This will be a little bit of an abbreviated presentation, but do know that I do have a breakout session, a breakout room at the end of this presentation. So feel free to join that room for any additional questions that you may have about the IT sector. Next slide, please. In general, National Able here at the heart of the employer here. We're funded by many different funding opportunities, our funding stream. We are supported and funded by the Chicago Cook Workforce Partnership. And these are a list of some of the programs that we have available within our National Able family. Again, the WIOA program, which is the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act, for job seekers and career transition folks who are looking to either change jobs or enter or find employment after being dislocated. We also do have what's called our Veterans Forward program, specific funding geared towards our veterans. And we'll go into a little bit about the IT Career Lab that we have at National Able, and we'll finish up with talking specifically about the Information Technology Center. Next slide, please. All right, so our IT Career Lab, on the next slide, you will see that it is our training institution of National Able. This is where participants or students are able to receive training in IT-related fields. The IT Career Lab focuses on two main programs for their training. That would be a Microsoft 10 and a Cisco Network Academy program. And the second one would be a data analytics or business informations track. With the Microsoft Windows and the Cisco, there is opportunities for these students once they graduate to have an apprenticeship with our partner Cisco Meraki, and also with our data analytics program. Definitely there's opportunities there for a placement beyond graduation. We do provide with those students consultative services, introductions to our employer network, as well as doing mock interviews and assisting with resume optimization. Next slide, please. Some further information about our Career Lab. As mentioned, our resume review and applicant tracking optimization. We will provide application and interview assistance, as well as transferable skills, also transferable and transitional skills for veterans. And we will be that advocate for you when it comes to presenting you in front of our employer network. Next slide, please. Within National Able, we also do have our businesses services team. There we could direct you over to an American Job Center where you could go through a WIOA orientation if you choose to get registered for the WIOA program. Regardless of that registration process, you are welcome to any of our training and guidance workshops that we hold through our National Able Training Institute. Those vary from LinkedIn sessions to optimization of your resume. Those can be found on our nationalable.org calendar. And you also are welcome to any of our job fairs and hiring events that we host on a month-to-month basis. Our business services team also engages in specialized hiring events. This past March, we hosted a Techapalooza event where we hosted 11 tech employers advertising jobs in the IT industry. And we also do every first Wednesday of the month a Workforce Wednesday. We did begin to start doing those on site, and our next Workforce Wednesday will be in May at our Pilsen location. Next slide, please. There are multiple funding opportunities as well. So there are co-enrollment opportunities, variety of opportunities for funding, and as mentioned, we do offer those transitional services. Next slide, please. All right, we'll talk a little bit more about the IT Sector Center. Next slide, please. As the IT Sector Center, I'm your business services representative. We advocate for you as the job seeker to help network with the employers that we have in our relationships. So we will be an engagement to that business. We offer consultative services to the employer. So we're looking to create job orders or advertise the job orders that the employers have, specifically within a tech specific role. But we're also there to help them with consultative services, meaning that we want to be sure that they're offering employees a competitive wage and that their job description is being competitive when it comes to benefits, 401k packages and so forth. It's a very competitive market out there. It's a job seeker market. So we want to make sure that the employer is doing their best to keep and retain and earn new talent as well. We will offer those employers workforce events at no charge. And we're also going to do some new employer outreach to be sure that we have a good variety of job roles available to our job seekers. Next slide, please. As the IT Sector Center, we also provide support to our delegate agencies all throughout the Cook County system. We are employer driven, meaning that we're going to be the case manager for the employer, but we will work with those delegate agencies to help support those clients that come through their doors. It's a give and take, obviously. You can't have one without the other. So we will have the employer relationships, and we will work with those delegate agencies to help them with their clients that they have to help bridge that gap between providing employment. So it's a system-wide thing. Obviously, we've got a lot of great colleagues on this line that we assist with, and we all collaborate together to be sure that we give you the best opportunity for success. Next slide, please. If you're ever interested in learning more about IT, we do have on our national YouTube, nationalable.org YouTube channel, we do have 10-minute snippets on IT related jobs and fields. In the past, we've had some presentations about help desk representatives, what it means to be a coder or an app developer, and other subjects like PMP and 5G networking. So feel free to take a look at our YouTube channel for those particular videos. Next slide, please. Another advertisement here for our National Able YouTube channel. And so again, that was kind of an abbreviated version of what the IT Sector Center does. If you join us in our breakout room, we can talk more about the employer relationships that I have within the tech industry. We can discuss ways to contact me or the IT Sector Center for more information about how we can connect you with those employers. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that presentation, Gabe. Much appreciated. And again, I see that we did have a few new folks join, so just want to reiterate, we will be having breakout sessions after our employer presentations today. So please do sit tight. Once we get through our presentations, you'll have an opportunity to ask these folks any questions that you do have directly. Thank you so much. Our next presenter will actually be United Airlines, and I do believe we have Jordan available to present. Jordan?
Yes, hello. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for having us. I'm very excited to share our roles today with United Airlines. Specifically, I'm going to be talking about the ramp service employee position as that is most needed. Next slide, please. So you ready for the future of aviation? We really need your help. We have lots of roles. We're mostly hiring for our part-time ramp agent positions as well as full-time. And if you are interested in other positions such as customer service, IT, tech, other things of that sort, you're more than welcome to take a look at our website. Next slide, please. So the ramp service employee, these are the people that you see once the plane lands that are outside of the plane window. They are loading and unloading the aircraft, receiving dispatch. You'll be working outside in all kinds of weather. So even in the tough winters here in Chicago, you'll be working outside. We don't stop just because it's bad weather. So it'll, in the rain, snow, and the heat, you'll be working outside. You must love physical activity. This position is definitely for someone who doesn't love sitting at a desk all day or working on a computer, maybe likes being on their feet, lifting heavy objects or moving around, working with a team outside. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, this could definitely be for you. And then as you can lift as much as 100 items per flight, some weighing as much as 70 pounds. And we do a physical strength testing to make sure you can do that efficiently. You'll need to commit to safety at all times. Safety is our #1 priority, including attention to detail in your surroundings. At United, we value diversity, equity, and inclusion. Working and engaging with diverse customers and coworkers is critical to this role. We work with many different kinds of demographics and people coming from all over the world, so it's important that we really value diversity and include everyone. Next slide, please. So more about this position, you should be committed to caring for bags as if they were your own. People can see you. So outside the plane, if you're tossing heavy baggage carelessly, customers will see you. So treat it as if it were your own luggage. This is also part of a union, the International Association of Mechanists and Aerospace Workers, IAM. It is a union position and it is protected under Fleet Service Agreement. So union dues are collected after 90 days of employment. Approximate dues are $60 to $70 and are subject to change. IAM benefits become effective the first of the month and 60 days of service. And you must have maintained a valid driver's license for this position. On the grounds, you will be driving big carts and trucks delivering luggage and other supplies. So you do need a valid driver's license for this role. Next slide, please. And this is our pay. Currently, our pay has been increased to $15.33 an hour. They are talking about increasing this salary. However, for this ramp agent position, we are offering a $10,000 sign-on bonus. This bonus you receive right after the first few weeks of training, which I believe it's 5 weeks of training. And this $10,000 bonus becomes an increment. So it's not all at one time. You'll get it on your paycheck after your training. So up to a year. will that $10,000 be paid out. And there is opportunity for advancement for other roles. So just because you accept a ramp service employee role doesn't mean one day you can't go into customer service or another position within the industry. This industry is growing and ever changing. So there's lots of opportunities for growth there as well. Next slide, please. We offer competitive benefits. So here's a list of our benefits. We have medical, dental, vision, life, accident and disability insurance, employee assistant program, commuter, paid holidays, PTO, and 401k with match. And I can go in more details in this in the breakout room as well. Next slide, please. So the training is 5 weeks, 40 hours per week, 5 days a week. The training is both in classroom and outside on the job. We have AM classes and PM classes. They are long days, but you do get regular day off on Saturday and Sunday. For the training classes, you will be required prior to have a background check, fingerprint, medical assessment, and also that's where we do the physical strength testing. So you can come into one of our one-stop shops and do those. And then in order to be an employee with United Airlines, you must be COVID-19 vaccinated. This is a United policy, and you can start the process with just 1 dose. You do not need to be fully vaccinated in order to begin, but to actually start the job, you must be fully vaccinated. Next slide, please. Schedule. So work schedules are based on the flight schedules. As an airline industry, you're working 365 days, holidays. So it's not really a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday job. So be prepared for nights, holidays, weekends, mandatory overtime, things of that nature, especially with it being in the airline industry, it can be all times of the day. Part-time hours can range from 20 to 30 hours and full-time is 40 hours. Next slide, please. Uniform. So for the ramp service uniform, it is navy blue. We do offer uniforms, which I can go into more details about this, especially for training purposes before you receive that United uniform, what you can do there. Next slide, please. Sign-on bonus, as I mentioned, the $10,000 sign-on bonus already. You must be working with United for up to a year to keep this bonus. If you do quit before a year, you have to pay that bonus back. So you can't just start and then receive the bonus and quit. So there are terms and conditions, and that's laid out right here. Next slide, please. Travel privileges. As an employee with United Airlines, you do fly free with United Standby. So that is your family. You also get buddy passes for your friends, your spouse and companion, and children up to 26 years of age. And I can go into more detail in the break room as well on how this works. Next slide, please. And then, yeah, so thank you so much for your time. And I can go into more detail of what I went over in the breakout rooms. So if you're interested in other roles as well, I can mention how to apply for those. Thank you.
Okay, apologies for that, folks. We will be having the RDOG group present next, and just wanted to let you folks know that individual will be sharing their screen. So I do believe we have Rudy on the line. Rudy, are you available to present, sir?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can, loud and clear. You can begin whenever you're ready.
All right, the screen is up. You can see that?
Yep.
Cool. All right, well, thanks everyone for coming and checking us out, all of us out. So just quickly, we do have several openings here at the plant. This is a manufacturing plant for cans, as you can see the pictures there. So I'll talk a little bit about the company, and then I'll talk about the openings. So we do want you to join the global leader in packaging solutions. Our vision is to be the preferred packaging partner in the world's leading brands. So we do make cans for Coke, Monster, White Claw, and a bunch of others, including Starbucks. So we're all over the place. You'll see us in every gas station you'll go through. And we want to make more, and we are expanding. So we do have a global presence where we have facilities in 12 countries, employ approximately 16,000 people with sales of more than 6.5 billion. Our products and people and products help build customer brands and bottom line. We do make cans for 8 ounce, 12 ounce, 16 ounce, 24 ounce, sleek cans, some cans with texture on it. So all sorts of stuff that we have out there in the market. We do believe in sustainability as a competitive advantage. Environmental, by protecting the environment. So we do use recycled material to make our cans. We support local communities. We're investing in some of our schools here in the local areas wherever we have plants across the country. And we want to build a sustainable future as well. So the more efficient we are as a company, the less of a carbon footprint we put on our planet. So we want to do that too. Our vision and values are based on teamwork, trust, and excellence. So trust, we build trusting relationships based on mutual respect, integrity, and transparency. Excellence, we raise the bar in performance every year, targeting continuous improvement, innovation, and sustainability. Teamwork, we strengthen our individual and team capabilities through collaboration, shared responsibility, and communication. But we can't do any of that without you guys. So we need some more people here to be able to accomplish all that and follow our values even in a stronger way, because we want you to work here at Ardagh. We do have the best people and the best opportunities. We have people that have started as hourly employees as a mechanic, and they've made their way up to plant manager, to directors, VP. So there is room for to move up. There is opportunity for people who are looking for it. We do have several locations across the country, and we are expanding with more plants in the country. So we're still growing. The demand is there. So that's why we have the big need for and the big push for hiring more people. Future is bright at Ardagh. Obviously, we have jobs across the country from different fields. But here specifically, we have a couple jobs that I want to share with you. So if you go to careers.ardaghgroup.com, that's careers.ardaghgroup.com, type in Chicago location, and you'll see all the Chicago related jobs. The ones I have here in my plant are your forklift operator, palletizer operator, maintenance supervisor, production supervisor, manual machinist, printer operator, and I believe I have a production supervisor or the payroll assistant also here. So those are the ones specifically at my plant, but we could go into detail once we go into a breakout room. So any questions you guys have, please join me in the breakout room, and hopefully we'll have some awesome discussions. Appreciate your time. Thanks.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that presentation, Rudy. And again, for the folks that did just join, we will be having breakout room sessions at the conclusion of our employer presentation. So please plan to stick around for that and ask any questions that you do have of these folks at that time. Thank you so much again, Rudy. Our next presenter today will actually be Pace Suburban Bus, and I do believe we have Jess on the line to present. Jess, are you available?
I am available and ready. Thank you, Daniel. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for your time on this Tuesday. My name is Jessica Robarczyk. I'm a community relations representative with Pace Suburban Bus. You can go to the next slide. So just a little about Pace Suburban Bus. If you're not familiar, we are the Northeastern Illinois suburban bus provider. We are the sister agency to CTA and Metra. We all fall under the Regional Transportation Authority. We do service 6 counties in Northeastern Illinois, Cook, DuPage, Kane, Lake, McHenry. Just so you can kind of see how large we are. We do cover almost 300 communities, over 3,000 square miles of service, and we are one of the largest bus services in North America. We serve tens of thousands of daily riders, and we do employ over 1,700 employees. Next slide. Again, as we are in 6 counties, I wanted everyone to see how many divisions we do have. We have 12 facilities, 11 bus garages, and a corporate headquarters in Arlington Heights, as well as another office in our downtown Chicago area. Saying that, we do offer a multitude of positions, both driving and non-driving. Most of our non-driving corporate positions will be in Arlington Heights. That is our corporate office. It is actually the center of our region, since we do operate so far. Those counties I just said, if you think of it on a map, we operate from the border of Wisconsin all the way down to the border of Indiana. So we are a very large service area. Because we do have 12 facilities, the amount of jobs we do have available are many. Right now, we are looking for our drivers, our mechanics, our mechanic helpers at our garages. That is where our need is right now. However, we do have positions at our corporate office in human resources and accounting, our legal office. And when we do go into our breakout sessions, I will go over all of those jobs. If anyone is interested in those, I can pull those up with full job descriptions as well. Next slide. So again, saying that we are right now currently very heavily recruiting for bus operators, as well as mechanic helpers and servicers in our division at the division level. This is just a very basic set of qualifications to be a bus operator or in our maintenance departments at our divisions. We do have very competitive starting pay. We do pay to train at Pace Bus. So if you do come into Pace Bus looking to be a bus operator, we do have training programs that you are paid to train with us before you actually start as an employee. And saying that, next slide, please. Of course, with 12 divisions, I couldn't fit, there wasn't enough time to put all of our locations and their pay up. But next slide, please. This is just a representation of one of our divisions located in Bridgeview, where we are offering our mechanics starting at over $30 an hour, mechanic helpers at almost $30 an hour, and our part-time bus operators there are starting at over $20 an hour. Servicers at our divisions are very entry-level positions where you can kind of start and work your way up through that division. I can tell you that we did just lower the age requirements for our servicers to 18 years or older. And that is to help fill that need in our divisions. Currently, Pace Bus, again, we do have positions open everywhere, including our headquartered location in Arlington Heights. However, we are very heavily in need of very good qualified bus operators, mechanic helpers at this time. And this, again, just gives you a very, very brief set of qualifications for being a bus operator or a mechanic helper, 21 years of age or older, good work experience. We do ask that you are able to obtain a CDL. You do not need a driver's license to even apply for these positions. If you don't even have a driving record, we will still take you. We'll have you get your driver's license and we will put you through the training program if we feel you're qualified. But again, that is paid training to train with us. We do issue our CDLs out ourselves. We have our own CDL program to move you through that. Next slide, please. We do offer a good employee benefit package. Again, with paid training, we do offer merit increases at Pace, full insurance packages, retirement benefits, vacation and personal time. Just from personal experience, I've been at Pace 14 years and I have 8 weeks paid time off right now. So you do accrue it. The longer you're at Pace, the more time off you do accrue. And we do certainly offer promotions from within. So there is a career path at Pace. So we strongly encourage anybody who's interested at Pace. You might not feel you have the experience or the background in transportation. We do encourage you to look at those entry-level positions and move your way up. Next slide, please. And this is just a, oh, that came up fun. You don't really need the graphics. This actually just shows you if you start out on the maintenance side as possibly a bus servicer, you can work your way all the way up to superintendent of maintenance. If you would like to look at an opportunity as a part-time or a full-time bus operator, you can move yourself all the way up to management. Most of our division management at this time did start somewhere in the garages as either a part-time operator or a servicer and move their way up. So there's definitely a career path at Pace. So we do encourage you to look at some of those entry levels if you are interested and look at how you can move your way up throughout the Pace ladder. Next slide, please. One of the most frequent questions we do get at all job fairs is, what is the process? There's sometimes a lot of frustration with follow-ups with any job seekers. So we want you to know kind of the process for applying for Pace. Visit our website, pacebus.com/careers, or just visit our website and click the employment tab if that's a little easier. We do ask you to apply online through the application portal just to get you into the hands of HR as quickly as possible. If you do see multiple positions, you should be applying separately for each of those. And then when it comes to follow-up, because this is a question we do get again very frequently, if you are chosen as a candidate to interview for that position, a recruiter will follow up with you. We do ask that you give about 10 business days to receive that follow-up. And if in that time frame you haven't received a follow-up, it's most likely indicative that you haven't been chosen as a candidate for that position. However, that does not mean you should not apply for other positions. Anytime you see a position open at PACE that you have not applied for, you should apply for it separately. We update our website every week. So if you're not seeing something now that you're interested in, we do encourage you to keep PACE on your radar and check it weekly because we do update very frequently with our open positions. Next slide, please. And then we do encourage everybody to, again, check our website frequently. If you do have any questions about the positions, call our customer relations department. They are open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and they're very happy to talk to anybody and look up those positions for you and see what is open and what's available and give you a description. Again, we're all going to have a breakout room. So I will go over in more detail some of our non-driving positions if that's what you're more interested in. Being a bus operator is a very important position for us. Obviously, it's our face of PACE. So we do need good qualified individuals in that seat, but being an operator isn't for everybody. So if you're interested in something that's more non-driving, not so much behind the wheel, we can look those jobs up for you in the breakout session.
Thank you so much for that presentation, Jess. And again, please do plan to stick around for our breakout rooms where you'll be able to ask any questions of Jess or of any employers that we do have on the line here today. Thank you so much. Our next presenter will be another sector center that'll be up, and it'll actually be Mr. Robert Lewis with the YWCA TDL Sector Center. Robert, are you available? Robert, are you available to present, sir?
Absolutely. How are you? Thank you again, Daniel and Mr. Fobbs for putting this event together, and all of you for joining us for the Springtime Hiring Fair. My name is Robert Lewis. I am the Business Development Manager for the Chicago Cook Workforce's Partnerships, Transportation, Distribution, and Logistics Sector Center. As always, it is an honor to present the great opportunities for employment that we have on behalf of our dream team here today. Next slide, please. As you can see here, alongside with myself, our dream team members, we have our talented talent coordinator, Mrs. Stacy Delaney-Roney, and our sector center coordinator, Niasa Hollins-Watson. Next slide, please. So who are we? We are the TDL Center that is a preeminent bridge that really connects industry employers like the ones that are being featured here today to locally skilled talent like many of you job seekers that are joining us here in Cook County. The TDL Sector Center also serves the industry by offering a list of talent acquisition services as well as training services that meets both our employer needs and the job candidates' needs as well. Next slide. So, what does the TDL Sector Center cover? A lot of times people hear TDL and they think about truck driving only, right? Yes, that is a part, a function, and an aspect of transportation, distribution, and logistics, but it is not all in all for us. The following fields of work is kind of what we cover. As you see here, our primary focus is with engaging those employer partners in the discipline areas that fall under the airline industry, railways industry, the waterways industry, on the ground, and of course in the warehouse. We know that many of the employers in these industries, just like in most others, have been hit hard with staffing shortages and the problem of having an increasing demand, yet not enough bandwidth to keep up with what's being asked of them. That's where we create a bridge over those seemingly troubled waters. We service the entire community of all working ages. We also have a TDL youth program that serves ages 18 to 24 and offers participants an opportunity to receive 12 weeks of technical and soft skills training, including 4 weeks of paid work experience, and an industry recognized credential to go along with that. Next slide, please. Here you see all of the different job offerings that we are listing as of this past Monday for the week, for this week, right? All of our different employers are there listed, the opportunities. You see all the way to the far right, some of the pay scale there. These are our hot jobs that come out every single Monday. If you do not receive these offerings, please share a good email address. I have to say that, a good email address, so that every Monday you can see our hot jobs that come out in TDL for that week. Next slide, please. So we're excited about our upcoming hiring event, which will be on May 5th, similar to this one, except it'll be a hybrid event, which means it'll be both in person and virtual, just like you are here on Zoom. It's going to be called the TDL SER Hybrid Hiring Event. Again, Thursday, May 5th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. virtually and in person. Candidates, you'll be able to connect with some great employers like United Ground Express, UPS, FedEx Ground, just to name a few. Next slide, please. Some of the great opportunities that you'll be able to connect with that are above the $20 an hour scale there would be UPS. They have the warehouse worker, $22 to $24 an hour. All you need is a high school diploma for that. The UPS sleeper team driver, $30 an hour, CDLA class, no experience needed, at $8,750 sign-on bonus, college tuition reimbursement. 2 weeks of paid vacation. You know, a great opportunity there. FedEx package handlers, $25.75 an hour, $25.75 an hour, no experience, 18 years old only. Please register for this event. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a breakout session as well, if you have any questions around any of these positions. Next slide, please. Also at that hiring event, we'll have Gotham Greens, and this is for our background friendly and drug test friendly candidates, right? If you are weary about applying for certain opportunities, this is absolutely one of the ones you need to take advantage of. Gotham Greens, they do no background check and no drug testing. The greenhouse production assistant, $15.50 an hour. The package production assistant you see there as well, $15.50, and the sanitation technician and a maintenance technician, $19 an hour. No drug, no background check. Next slide, please. Just to reiterate, our next event, May 5th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., both virtual and on Zoom. Check us out, register for the event. And if you want further details and you'd like to register, please see us in the breakout session. Next slide, please. Could you go back one, Daniel? Thank you so much. And just to finish out here, again, we have a weekly Tdl newsletter that comes out every single Monday that tells all the details of our upcoming events, hot jobs, tips for both employers and for job seekers. We love to get you on that mailing list. Also, our weekly job announcements every single Monday that comes out. We love to make sure you have those in your email box. So again, our hiring fairs and our workshops for all notifications on anything transportation, distribution, or logistics. Contact us, tdlsc@ywcachicago.org. We look forward to hearing from you and servicing you and those you know and love. Thank you so much and have a wonderful hiring event.
Fantastic presentation as always, Robert. Thank you, sir. Again, if you do have any questions for Robert or any of the other presenters that we do have on the line, please stick around for the breakout rooms. That'll be coming up here shortly, where you'll have a chance to meet with those folks and ask any questions that you do have directly. Thank you again, Robert. Our next presenter is slated to be FedEx. I do not know if we have a rep on the line or not for FedEx. When we started the event, I didn't believe that we did, but we'll go ahead and give one more call to the folks at FedEx. If they are not on the line, we'll go ahead and move to our next presenter. And one final call for the folks at FedEx. Going once, going twice. Okay, so our next presenter will actually be the Benford Protection Group, and I do believe we have Natasha on the line. Natasha, are you available to present?
I am, thank you.
And I'm going to go ahead and move to your slides, and we can go ahead and kick things off. Should be all set.
Perfect. Just going to start my video real quick. Perfect. Good morning, everyone. I am Natasha Jones. I am the Human Resources Manager over at Benford Protection Group. We are located on the south side of Chicago near 95th and Jeffrey. And we have some wonderful opportunities for officers. Next slide, please. Our company is owned by Mr. Benford, who is a retired police officer, also a military veteran. Mr. Benford has been in the security industry for over 27 years. Next slide, please. About our company, we were started in 2015. We have approximately 150 employees. Actually, I probably should update that. I just did a mass hiring. And we do staff armed and unarmed officers, as well as mobile patrol, executive protection, and special events. Particularly, we're gearing up this year to be a part of the Bud Billiken Parade. Next slide, please. Why choose us? We are a minority privately owned company. The majority of our employees are on the south side of Chicago, whereas the majority of our positions are on the, the south side of Chicago in the south suburb. We also have locations out in Joliet, the north side of Chicago, as well as some facilities over on the west side of Chicago. So we're pretty widespread out throughout the city. Next slide, please. For our benefits, we do offer paid vacation as well as sick time. It's kind of slow. We also offer preventative health care. We have medical, dental, and actually our vision benefit to our employees is free for all full-time employees. Next slide, please. We also do an employee training recognition. So where we do have the officers who are out in the field, they are evaluated by the field supervisors. And we try and recognize these employees on a quarterly basis. Next slide, please. And the next slide, those are just a few pictures of our last one that we had in February. Next slide. Those are more of our officers. Opportunities, immediate needs. So I am always in need of both armed and unarmed officers. The slide you're seeing now is just a little cap of the requirements and the pay range for these positions. And when we go into the breakout room, I will go into more detail on how to obtain some of these certifications, as well as the perk card that is a requirement for our company. Next slide, please. How to apply, that's the fun part. So you can apply at our website at benfordprotectiongroup.com, or you can email me. So one of the great things about our company, by us being, I would consider it small, you're able to call the office and actually speak directly to me. Yes, I am actually at my desk Monday through Friday, normally from 9 till 5. And if an applicant call, I talk to them, interview screening, possibly an in-person interview. And again, once we do the breakout sessions, I will have more information for you. Next slide, please. And there is my phone number directly to me. You will call the office. You can either ask to speak with Human Resources or ask to speak to, they know me by Ms. Jones. Next slide, please. And that will wrap up my presentation. I do thank you all, and I hope you do attend the breakout sessions. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that presentation, Natasha. Much appreciated. And again, we will be holding breakout rooms here shortly. So please, folks, just sit tight and we will get your questions answered here momentarily. Our next presenter will be Metamatic, and I do believe we have Ellie on the line to present. Ellie, are you available?
I am ready.
Fantastic. You can begin whenever you're ready, Ellie.
Okay. So hello, everyone. Thank you again for joining us all here today. So I am the HR coordinator here at Metamatic in Bedford Park. So we'll get started. Next slide, please. So we are a steel tube manufacturing company. So Metalmatic has been in business since 1951, with headquarters being in Minneapolis. But just recently in December of last year, we were acquired by PTC Alliance, which is also a steel tube company. So now we are just basically trying to incorporate both companies, trying to make, everything work together better. So now instead of just having 3 locations with Metalmatic, we have now expanded to 13 locations. Next slide, please. So here in the map, as you can see, this is where all of our locations are at now. So as you can see, most of our locations are now in the Midwest area. We have some locations in Pennsylvania and then Texas as well. Next slide, please. So because we do work in a manufacturing industry, we do require all employees to wear personal protective equipment. We do provide all of our employees with their bunk caps, with their hearing protection and safety glasses. We also, say for instance, if any of you need contacts or glasses, we do also offer safety prescription glasses as part of our benefits. So all we will need from you will be your prescription as well as the pupil distance from your doctor, and we can get those to you within a week or 2. And then we also do require metatarsal boots. So these are not to be confused with the steel toe boots, but with it's a steel plate that covers the whole top of your foot. So again, those are metatarsal boots, like the picture shown on the slide here. Another benefit that we have is that we do reimburse $120 per year for every employee when they purchase boots. So the boots is where we expect our employees to be responsible for those purchases, but everything else we will provide for you. Next, please. I do have a video. It's kind of a lengthy video, but if we can just play maybe 30 seconds of that, just so they can get a visual of what the jobs look like.
Hi, Ellie. I actually did try to pull this video up earlier and it was not, unfortunately, linking properly.
Okay.
So we'll probably go ahead and move to the next slide.
Yes,
if that
please.
is okay
Thank
with you. Of course.
All right, so starting rates, we have most of the positions we have available are entry-level positions. They do start at $17.30. We have 3 shifts available. So we have first, second, and third shift. So if you are working for second shift or for third shift, we do add a shift differential, which is second shift, we add 25 cents. And for third shift, we add 30 cents. So positions we have available for entry level are pointers, mill assistants, and machine assistants. And then we also have for more, I guess you can say more experienced positions, they start at $19.35 plus those shift differentials. And that is the position of a material handler, which is an overhead crane operator. I did not list the benefits that we have, so I'll quickly go over that. But we do have PTO days accrual. So within a year, you'll have 11 days available to use. We do pay 9 paid holidays throughout the year. Insurance, we have life insurance, which is free of cost to the employee. We have dental insurance, which is free of cost. We have vision, which is also free of cost. And then we do have medical life insurance. We also have 401k, where the company matches 5.5. They do a 5.5 contribution, 5.5%, I'm sorry. We also have FMLA. We also have short-term and long-term disability and an employee assistance program. Next slide, please. So we are located at 7200 South Narragansett. We are near Midway Airport. Another nearby location is the Fort City Mall. My office hours are between 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can reach me. My direct line would be 708-910-1038. You can give me a call if you have any questions or anything. There's also, for any resumes, if you are interested, you can send those to careers@metal-matic.com. I I am trying to schedule interviews between 7 a.m. through 2 o'clock to finish up by 3 o'clock. I also do take in walk-ins. So if you are near the area and you just rather come in person, you are more than welcome to do so as well. And I think that should be it. And our website, of course. And I look forward to seeing some of you guys in the breakout room. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that presentation, Ellie. And again, we did get a few new folks on the line here. So please sit tight. We will be entering breakout rooms here after our final presenter, and you will have an opportunity, of course, to get those questions answered again momentarily. Our final presenter before we enter those breakout rooms will actually be the Healthcare Sector Center. I do believe we have Joy on the line to share some opportunities with you before we do so. So Joy, are you available to present?
Yes, I am.
Fantastic. You can begin whenever you're ready.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Thanks again for being here. So I'll be brief. So I am Joy Phillips. I am one of the business solutions consultants with the Chicago Food Workforce Partnership Healthcare Sector Center, which once again, we are another sector center affiliated with the WIOA Network, which is the Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act. We're also known as Equus Workforce Solutions. Next slide, please. So just a little bit about who we are. So we are the nation's most comprehensive provider of workforce solutions, which includes a combination of our American Job Centers, job corps operations, business services, and family support functions. We prepare job seekers and students for employment, and we connect businesses with qualified employees. Our local presence, once again, is our Northside American Job Center, which is housed inside of Truman College, and also the office that I represent, which is our Chicago Food Workforce Partnership Healthcare Sector Center, which is in the West Loop. We are, once again, the nation's largest comprehensive provider. We assist over 1.9 million job seekers a year and thousands of employers. We have a 50-year legacy. We build trusted partnerships in every community that we operate in. And we also do job postings, recruitment events, employer services, and then we further assist our job seekers with one-on-one assistance as well. So I'll talk a little bit more about that in the breakout session. Next slide, please. So just kind of the little summary of the services. So we do have virtual events as mentioned before. We provide job search assistance. We do resume reviews as well. And then some resume tweaks if necessary, if that is the service that the job seeker is looking for. We can assist with that. We do job referrals and then also placement services. And then there's also opportunities for customized job readiness training, in addition to the other services that I've mentioned before. Next slide, please. So if you want to connect with us, you can contact us, or you can do what we call a profile with us. So this is the link to the profile that you can just kind of list out what you're looking for, and then one of our team members will reach out to you to connect you with opportunities. Next slide, please. And this is a little bit about some of the opportunities that we have. I'll talk more in depth about this in the breakout sessions. So North Shore University Health System is one of our employers that is looking to place staff support technicians, patient care technicians, pharmacy techs, lab assistants, and much more. Next slide, please. Healthcare Forward. So with this initiative, you have the opportunity to attend a 6-hour training course, which is free, that gives you access and more information about the opportunities that University of Chicago Medicine is hiring for, Advocate, as well as Sinai Chicago. So I'll talk a little bit more about those in our breakout sessions as well. Next slide, please. And Northwestern is another employer that we work with. So they're hiring for patient access specialist positions. These are full-time and then case-by-case part-time positions for those who are requesting part-time work. This is a direct hire opportunity, but for our WIOA participants, if anyone is in a WIOA program, There is an opportunity for an internship as well. I should have mentioned that before. We do have internship opportunities as well as on-the-job training opportunities for WEO participants. Next slide, please. Another opportunity with Advocate. So Advocate is multifold. They are also hiring for call center reps. They're looking to hire within a month or two, really. There's a training session or on-the-job training, if you will. So they will provide paid training once you're hired for this position. And that should start roughly May. And then there's another cohort in June. I'll talk a little bit more about that also in the breakout session. Next slide, please. And this is a smaller medical center that we work with called Grifols. So they're looking specifically for paramedics, LPNs, and RNs, and then also medical specialists. So even though this date is a little outdated, this is an ongoing event, so you can still sign on by completing your profile link. So this is basically the link that you can tap into this opportunity, or you can email our VSC Maria Romero about the opportunity as well. Okay, and that we'll answer questions in the breakout session.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that presentation, Joy. And with that, we have reached the conclusion of our presentations here today. So we will be kind of pivoting or transitioning right into those breakout rooms for you all here momentarily. Before we do so, there will be a few overview slides I'm going to go over with you folks just to give you an idea as to what to expect. I will be brief just to let you all know. As you can see here, you'll want to be sure to download the most recent version of Zoom Client for Meetings. If you're finding that you're having difficulty joining a room, this could be the issue, is that you might be running an outdated version of that software, if you will. So if you need to hop off the session, do so. If you're, again, only if you're having issues joining a room, you can do so. I'll monitor the waiting room and make sure you get back in. But again, you can do so at this link, zoom.us/download. The next slide here is just a real basic overview slide as to how to go about joining a breakout room session. So again, I'll keep this brief. So how to access a breakout room, what you'll do is you'll just move your cursor. If you're joining, obviously via desktop or laptop, it'll bring up your toolbar. And when I open up the breakout rooms, there'll be a breakout rooms icon that you see there highlighted in the red square. You'll click on that. It'll open up a window like you see in the second screenshot there. That'll have a complete listing of all of the rooms that are currently available. You'll see off to the right-hand side, a circle there in red. You'll see that join option. You'll just click on that join option and you'll be redirected to that room. Now, real quickly, how to move between rooms. You'll just rinse and repeat that same process. So what I mean by that is you click the icon again, it'll open up that window. You'll click join for the next room, and then you'll just repeat the process until you've met with all the employers that you'd like to. If you're joining via a mobile device, so a smartphone, laptop, anything similar to that, you may not see the breakout rooms icon in your main toolbar. You may have to click that more option off to the right-hand side. It'll bring up a drop-down menu with the breakout rooms option, and then it will open up the window and you'll repeat that process just the same. I'll have this up on screen for you to refer to once we open up those rooms as well. Real quick, just an overview. Again, you'll see each employer rep will be assigned to the room. We'll also have members of the planning team floating between rooms to make sure that they can troubleshoot any issues that you do have. For the purposes of today's session, we will have approximately a 35 to 40-minute session, just to account obviously for the lost time. Again, you will be able to move freely throughout all the rooms that we do have available. You'll be able to unmute yourself once you enter a room, and you'll also be able to turn on your camera. And our final slide here before we get things started, again, just be mindful of how much of an employer's time you're taking. Know that there's other job seekers in the room with you that'll have questions. So just please make sure that you're asking a single question, and then that you place yourself back on mute to allow somebody else the same opportunity. And of course, if you do decide to turn your camera on, just keep things, of course, respectful and professional. If you do not abide by those rules and opt to be disruptive or inconsiderate, you will receive a verbal warning, excuse me. After that first verbal warning, you will be permanently placed on mute. And then last but not least, if you are muted, you will be allowed to ask questions through the chat. But of course, the employer will only respond as time permits. If you cause further disruption through the chat, we will have partner staff in the rooms that will have the ability to eject you from the session if need be. If that does happen, you will not be permitted re-entry. That is unfortunately a policy that Zoom has set in place for folks that are booted from a session. So I know, again, that was really quick, but I want to make sure we give you folks as much time as possible. So the only other thing that I want to mention to you today is the employers that we do have on the line. I'm going to go ahead and name those off for you as well here before we open up the room. So we do have Illinois Tollway on the line, Greater Chicago Food Depository, In-Home Personal Services. We'll have the IT Sector Center in there to answer questions, United Airlines, the RDOT Group, Pace Suburban Bus, TDL Sector Center, Benford Protection Group, Metamatic, and Healthcare Sector Center as well. Please note, there will be a timer up in the right-hand corner that'll let you know how much time is left in the session. We'll have a 60-second countdown timer. So once we reach that 40th minute, there will be a window, so to speak, or a prompt that'll flash on the screen and let you know that you have 1 minute before the session closes. So if you are mid-conversation at that point, please wrap up your conversations at that time, excuse me. And then we'll be redirected back to the main room here where we'll give a few closing remarks and we will round out the session at approximately noon. So with that, we're going to go ahead and open up these rooms. Again, I'll navigate back to this slide so you folks have this as a reference. One final thing to note. If you do have any issues for whatever reason joining the room, message me through the chat and I'll be sure to manually assign you to the room that you want to go to. So do not hesitate to message me in the chat if you're having difficulties. I will get you to your room. Okay, we'll go ahead and open up these rooms for you folks now. Have a great time.
Daniel.
Hi, Sal. How can I help you?
Hey, so when we're discussing the breakout rooms, I got a phone call and I missed it. Who was I supposed to go with?
Hi, Sal. You'll just be acting as a floater for the session today.
Oh, okay.
So feel free to just move between rooms, make sure everything's going smoothly. And if you have any issues, feel free to come back to the main room and just report it to me. Let me know and we'll troubleshoot on the fly, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, Sal. Appreciate the help. And again, want to reiterate, if you all are having troubles joining a room, let me know and I will get you sent to the room that you'd like to go to. You can either message me through the chat or feel free to unmute yourself and let me know which room you'd like to go to and I'll get you sent there. Okay, welcome back, folks. Looks like we do have a majority of the individuals back in from our breakout room sessions. So, of course, we hope that those sessions were fruitful for you. Nevertheless, I want to go ahead and make sure that I do give Mr. Kenneth Fobbs with the ENES a few moments to give any sort of closing remarks that you'd like to make. Ken, take it away.
Thank you. Thank you once again, Daniel. Daniel is our kind of our conductor for this. He is excellent. He's probably got a music background in him somewhere, because he is a professional and very. I definitely appreciate you, Daniel, very much. Thank you, sir. And employers, thank you all for joining us. Our employers, our sector centers, our job seekers, if you're still here, thank you all for joining us today. I hope things work out well. Please reach back out to the employers. For job seekers, please reach back out and follow up. Make sure you follow up. If you have any questions, forward me your resume, and I will gladly follow up with you and make sure we get that to the people that you are interested in. I do appreciate everyone's time. Thank you so much for joining us. And I'm going to leave it at that. On behalf of the Chicago Cook Workforce Partnership, our wonderful sector centers, and all the employers present, thank you, and thank you. Daniel?
Thank you. Yep.
Right back
Thank you
to
so much, Ken. Much appreciated. Few orders of business that I'll be real quick about, so we can finish up here on time. I have recorded today's session, so I will be uploading that to the Illinois workNet YouTube channel later this afternoon. So if there's any information that job seekers need to review before sending out those applications, you'll have an opportunity to do so. Again, you can find that at the Illinois workNet YouTube channel under the virtual job fairs playlist, again, within 48 hours of the conclusion of this event. Finally, for the folks that obviously did register for this event, I have captured that information on the back end through our registration page, and I will be forwarding that information on to both the folks at ENDS, but also the employers as well, again, within 48 hours of the event. So that the job seekers, all of these wonderful employers we had on the line today will have access to your contact information as well. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and a great week. Thank you all. Take care, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.